Hello everyone, my name is Croquette and I'm very happy to be at SpeedConline and with Horizon Chase Turbo. And to help with me today for the commentary, I am with Daniel, the Janice driver. Hello Daniel, how are you?
Everyone, what's going on?
So, the category is called the Tournament Amateur. We will play 4 tournaments, one to each, after each other. It's 16 track and it will be about 35 minutes if everything goes well. And I propose I will go directly on the in the thing. So the timer will start when I choose the car, and it's in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and go. So the best thing is maybe starting to present the game. Do you want to do it, Daniel?
Okay, and can you tell us about the game?
Yes. You can present the game right now if you want.
Okay, the game is Horizon Chase Turbo. That version of the game is from PC version, and this game was released in 2018. This game was created and had an inspiration as like games like Outrun and Top Gear, the most male inspiration. This game was created with an indie Brazilian studio called Akiris Game Studio.
And it's an important detail. So remember, Aquarius is Brazilian because I will. I don't know if you know the story, Daniel, but I will explain later in the run. There is some tweak about that Aquarius is Brazilian and about the game. And like Daniel said, it's this game it's a love letter to old arcade games. So if you like old arcade racer, that's perfectly the game you have to play. That's super fast, nitro, just push the gas and try to dodge all the car, reaching the finishing line as fast as possible.
Yeah, this game provides to you several game modes. The first game mode is World Tour. It's a race around all the world. The World Tour starts in the USA, California, state of California, and finishes in Hawaii. But also you can find another game modes like Adventure Mode, a bunch of races, some races of each car. If you complete all the races, you can gain a car skin.
And
another game mode is tournament.
And with the scar skin, we can just stop it because that's something funny. The car I'm playing right now is the Knight Rider. It's inspired from the Batmobile from Batman, and I won this special skin, and the skin is called the Joker. So that's why my car is a bit flashy right now, but it's just a Batman Joker skin. So.
This is the last game for this Batmobile, and that car, along with another car called Twilight, are the most fastest cars in all the game.
So, and that's why I'm playing these cars, because I really like this car because of this really max speed. The controls are terrible. Most of the community don't play with this car because they cannot control it. That's there's not a lot of people who are playing with my car right now, but I really like it because the nitro of the car is way longer than a standard car, and I can reach really maximum speed. And with that, so for people who doesn't know exactly how this kind of arcade games is working, your car is static; it doesn't move. What's moving is the street under you. So contrary to modern car games where you move in the 3D worlds or something like that, when you know that, it's maybe you maybe see the game in another way, but the car doesn't move. That's really the street under it, and it's like really old arcade game. I don't have to turn in every turn. The car will turn a bit from alone. So, and I just have to dodge all the other cars first. And this game is a dodging game. So that's what I like in the game actually. That's where you have to dodge all the cars and going from left to right and make your way to the first place. I don't know if you like it like this, Daniel, but that's something I really appreciate in this game. The dodging skill, what you need to have to dodge all the cars.
In this game, you need to get very nice skills because this game is designed when it's a faster car, but you need to dodge them. Because if you crash a car, this car can leave. The car, you crash the car and you can crash the car.
Yeah, you can crash the car. I know what you mean. You can crash the car at 250 and then start again.
Yeah, that's it. And you lost speed. And also you can crash in a corner, losing very speed.
So there is something interesting in here to explain. You can maybe see me taking tokens, and when I manage to have all the tokens of one race, I will win a free turbo. And the thing is, it's not so. It's important to take sometimes a token in a really special way. So, for example, in this race, I don't know if you notice it, but I didn't took the token, the first token. I have left it, so I have this token here free. I have took all the other one behind it because when I will activate the turbo, it will be so fast that I would crash in the next curve if I don't prepare it. So now I have a bit more place, and you will see that I will take the token now to have my free turbos, and now I'm able to go inside of the curve, not to crash. And you have to do that in a lot of different races. Optimize the token you are taking all the way around for this kind of game. And as you can see, that's a game which go extremely fast. So
in this case, in World Tour mode, the tokens are blue. As if you complete the World Tour mode with all tokens collected, you unlock a car. In this case, is Knight Rider. Knight Rider is unlocked when you finish all World Tour racers with super trophies, all tokens collect. In another game modes, these tokens are purple, and if you collect all tokens, that give to you a nitro extra nitro.
That's exactly what I'm doing on the tournament, and that's really important to win the thing. So there is I don't know if you know that, Daniel, because there is the way the speed work in this game is pretty interesting, because it forces you really to try to dodge as much as possible. So it's impossible to dodge everything, as you can see. There is some. It's very hard to dodge all the car, because the cars sometimes has a random position that it's impossible to avoid them. But how work the maximum speed? The maximum speed work. You have some kind of tiers of maximum speed. For example, right now my maximum speed is 236 kilometers, and if I hit something, my maximum speed will be reduced to a lower level, which is about 220 something, and my maximum speed will be blocked for a few seconds. So every time I made a mistake, I am punished and stopped, and my maximum speed will not go up anymore for a few seconds. So it's super important to not hit anything, to take the best curve as possible, and it's better to avoid hitting something like braking, so I not brake, but maybe not to accelerate anymore, just to be sure that you will not hit anything. Because when you doesn't hit anything, your max speed, you will reach your max speed again way faster, and that's super important. When you know that, you can really play with that a bit. So.
Yeah, sometimes in some tracks the cars has a positions in the last place, especially in the last place. When your first objective is crash with you to lose velocity. This mechanic you can find especially in two adventure modes like Westbound and Fancy Grace. Make that mechanic makes the game more harder, more difficult, and they make you lose many speed.
So I was a bit. It's. So as you can see, there is banter also. The cars are saying things. So here, Daniel, you are more the expert than me. All the cars have kind of banter and the kind of story, if we can say that. Can you tell more about that?
Yeah. Timmy, can you repeat me?
The banter, the car are speaking, if we can say that. Like my car is inspired from Batman, and it has a lot of small text saying justice prevail, or is saying calling his kind of engine, something like that. And there is other cars like Zeus, which is the god of thunder, who is speaking about different things. That's really funny. Do you know all the banters, all the text from all the cars, Daniel?
Like bubble speeches.
Yeah, that's it. The bubble speeches. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in the case of Explorer. Okay, Explorer is a car inspired by a DeLorean, and that car has a some Back to the Future reference to his bubble speeches, such like Back to the Future, Hey Wait Doc, among others. Some another bubble speeches that I remember is Johnny. Johnny has some bubble speeches making reference of a hippie cars, and that's because the car is based of a Volkswagen Combi, and that vehicle was very used with the hippie community.
That's
yes, some bubble speeches like how beautiful. I really like a bubble speeches when Janice is out of nitro, because it says boomer.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
all the cars for people who want to try the speedrun. This speedrun is really easy to go in, because you can really take any cars and you can really make a good time with all the cars. Okay, so maybe not the slowest one, but all the cars which has a nice max speed and a nice nitro. There is a lot of different one, and as all have the potential to make a good time. If you look at the leaderboard on speedrun.com, you will see that the 4 first time on the leaderboard that was made with 3 different cars, and that's really interesting for that. So, and that's something really nice. People maybe like to have more control with the car, like Dynamite. That's a bit the car from like Fast and Furious style. There is I have a friend from me who uses a special car which is something in between, with between speed and maneuverability. The car I'm using is only full speed and cannot be controlled. Did you try already with the Janice, Daniel, to make the speedrun?
Yeah, I saw a year ago. I made a speedrun with Johnny's. In my case, when the in the loading screen, I paused the chronometer, and I remember what was my speedrun with Johnny's, and it was in short and yeah, in short endurance. Endurance, yes, in
Yeah, yeah.
short endurance was with Johnny's. I also tried it with Cable Guy, but the most time that I tried was yes, it was Janet. I maybe I'm going to later. I'm going to try another speedrun in endurance on tournament, but with Explorer or Deja Vu.
Okay. It was a bit tight this curve right now, but it was okay. And maybe you can see me taking some fuel also. There is a fuel system in the game, which is pretty interesting. It's a bit of gimmick things, but even if you doesn't do anything, you will consume fuel. So you doesn't you doesn't move, you consume fuel. You make a mistake. When you make a mistake, you consume fuel. If you eat something, you will consume fuel, and it's a bit like of a life bar in a computer game, you know. So if there is cars which has a very high fuel capacity, so it doesn't care at all. But with the Night Rider also, the car I'm using, the fuel capacity is so bad that if I'm making too much mistake, I may become in a place where I don't have any fuel anymore, and it's very hard, and then you can reset the run. Huh?
Yeah, Night Rider has a good high speed and accelerations. However, your disadvantage, yes, the bad thing about this car is your handling. With this car is very difficult to take more tight corners because you ends up crashing with that corner. It's hard to take really tight corners with this car. Is the only bad point about this vehicle? Yeah.
And that's I really have that's for this car I really have to control it. I have really have to be really in the inside of the corner if I want to manage to do something, because it's otherwise that's a crash. And maybe you can see me also in the curve. I'm not turning fluently. I'm tapping in each curve. I'm doing that to avoid sliding in the curve, because when you slide too long, you lose max speed. So I'm trying to keep my max speed just by typing in every curve. So that's the end of Brasilia. So I said there was some kind of small story about Aquiris in Brasilia. We said Horizon Chase Turbo is inspired from old retro arcade game, Outrun, Lotus Turbo Challenge, and of course Top Gear. Top Gear so was an old arcade game from the 90s, and it was a game which was incredibly popular and it's still popular in Brazil. The reason is that when the new console came out in Brazil, like the PlayStation and things like that, they were way too expensive, and people were still playing on the Super Nintendo on Coach Co-op, and they were still playing Top Gear, this retro arcade game. And the game was, because of that, super famous. And it's actually pretty funny that Aquiris, a Brazilian company, decided to made a kind of modern copy of the game. And the story I'm telling right now was telling to me by Barry Leach. So, oh, it's not finished the race. I'm stupid. Barry Leach is the music composer of Top Gear, so the original game, and the music composer from Lotus Turbo Challenge, and the music composer from Horizon Chase Turbo 2. So that's actually pretty nice that they managed to bring back the old legend here. So some kind of small story around the game. Did you know that, Daniel, about this one?
Yes, the most strong inspiration with these games is exactly Top Gear, and you can realize that, and you can tell by their bubble patches and fuel gasoline system, things that appeared in Top Gear 2. Also, there's a DLC called Summer Vibes, and the first card you can select only one card called Breeze. It's a convertible version of Croquette. And the DLC is an inspiration, will be an inspiration for Outrun.
And there is also the new, the last DLC, which was Senna. I don't remember Senna. The name, I don't claim the name.
Forever?
Senna Forever. That's it. So it was the game was like a Grand Prix tournament. I don't know if you know if it's the name in English. Monaco GP, I think that was the name. That's exactly the same. You are playing exactly that with Formula One cars. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and now we're talking about that. I remember a game from Sega Genesis called Ayrton Senna's
That's it.
Super Monaco GP2.
That's the one, Monaco GP2. That's the one. So if people, if there are older one here who know Monaco GP2, then you have a DLC in this game, and that's exactly that. If you
yes, and also maybe I can remember of that game. That game, Super Monaco GP2, has first-person view too, a feature that appears in Senna Forever DLC.
Oh, that was. And that was a close one. So, the music made for this game from Barry Leach is absolutely incredible. And if you also know those old game Top Gear or Lotus Turbo Challenge, where Barry Leach also made the music, you will really have a retro vibe in them, because there is a lot of music which are hidden in Horizon Chase Turbo, a kind of small remaster of the old music. And
oh yes, this game has a remix version, as you can see, and as you said, this game has a remastered, remixed version of Top Gear original theme, composed by the same composer, Barry Leach. Yeah, Barry Leach. This game also has three more songs with the same composer, Barry Leach, and that song is one for Summer Vibes song. Also, two more for Stena Forever DLC. You can find that song in Summer Vibes and Stena Forever DLC too.
Yeah. I could hear the music all day long from this game. That's a really cool one. So I think we are coming already to the last part of the tournament. I really like this race because when during the speedrun of this game, it's you are making a lot of race which are really sometimes you really have to focus to avoid crash or to take the best curve as possible. And this race is the streets are really large, and it's a kind of break in the middle of the run. That's I really like this race. Oh, they pushed me in the...
As you can see, the cars in this race are more aggressive.
Yes.
And that's because you advance in story mode, you level up in history mode, World Tour. The cars are more aggressive. In the last race, they have one nitro more, increasing the difficulty level of this game.
But here... It's a bit of chilling. I really like this. That's for me. It's a chill game. Even if it goes super fast, or I really like to just hear the music and drive.
It's a good game to take some good time playing. I really love this game too. It's one of my favorite games. I like games style, retro style, retro style, and this game is not an exception. Also, this game is bring some childhood memories about Top Gear when in the SNES Top Gear, Top Gear 2, games like that, especially Top Gear, brings that memories with this game.
That's how I so people may have already hit. I don't know if people are if you are taking all the games on Epic Game Store. The game was free on Epic for a few years ago. So if people want to try it, it's here a bit brutal. And if people want to try it, the game was free on Epic Game Store a few years ago. I don't remember, 3 years ago, something like that?
No, that was 1 year ago, 2021.
Really? It was 2021? Okay, I thought 1 year ago only? Okay, time flew. Not like...
1 year ago. I don't know what month. Maybe it was in June, July, or August. But yeah, it was in last year. Yeah, 1 year ago, in 2021.
No, I made a bad race here. I missed the token, I missed the turbo, so I will lose a lot of time. So I missed the token. Oh yeah, I have the token, but not the extra turbo. It's... Oh! It was a close one again. So, all the race work more or less always the same. So, you will start always at the last place. So always, doesn't matter what you are doing, you are always last. So you have first to make your way to the first place. So dodging everything. So that's the most for me. That's the most important, interesting part of the game, where you dodge all the cars to make your way to the first place. And this race is pretty hard, particularly for my car. I have just to concentrate a bit on the first curve. Oh, and it didn't work. And so the first part of any race is you will try to reach the first place as fast as possible. So, because when you are first, then you are like
yeah.
you are free to do what you want. So here I can concentrate only on driving up from now on. So and this curve is horrible. And I will start to look at the map when I'm reaching maybe the third lap, because I will there is always a last guy which is super slow, and if I don't take care, I will hit him. I will come so fast I will not be able to dodge him. So
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to dodge the last car. I remember what happened, what this mechanic happened with Johnny, with the playground. Remember the playground?
yes,
The
yeah.
up before, yeah. And I remember about the playgrounds that was a game mode before the last update that was changing for adventure mode. I remember, yeah, was a playground called End of the World, and also in Halloween playgrounds when there's a car is it was Johnny's, yellow Johnny's, and this vehicle runs very slowly, and the objective is block your way and lose speed. That car is Johnny's was hated in the community that because she blocks your way, especially in the lap 2 and 3.
So unfortunately that's already the last race. So and we are under the estimate, so that's nice. That's not so bad. Oh, that's okay. And this race is not an easy one because there is only curve, and for my car it's not nice to have too much curve. So now I am the first one, and so for people interesting in it, the world record is about 32 minutes 27. So and after some training, you can really reach 35 minutes, 36 minutes for people who are trying to go in the speedrun itself. And that's maybe because it's the last race, the best moment to say to the people that the Horizon Chase 2 just came out on Apple Arcade and will come on PC next year. So, oh, look at the post. So that's with completely new track, new things, but exactly the same kind of game. Time. Oh, I forgot to say, now it's time. Sorry. So 32:51. Oh, that's a nice time actually.
All right.
I'm sorry to have forgot to say that. So
GG's.
Thank you very much. So 30. It was the time was not so bad actually. Because if I already if I made 32:50 something, it was an okay time actually. Okay, so well, that's already the end. Danielle, thank you very much to be with me, and thank you to SpeedCon Online to have give us a chance to present this game, which is a bit a particular one, I think, for speedrunning. And yes, I don't have to say it. So please, people, spend money for Save the Children. It's important. And see you next time. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks
Coming up
to you, guys.
next, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories by Blood Dive. And unfortunately, this is also the end of my hosting shift. But I will be back tomorrow. In the meantime, taking my place in here is gonna be Mizuyu, so please wish them a warm welcome as well. And we'll be right back after a short intermission.